team at their home court. So Coach Zeljko Obradović has these guys playing defense. Let's check out this 100-year celebration.
So many great moments for this great club, founded on the 10th of March 1925. Last year they reportedly surpassed Barcelona as the most successful multi-sports club on the continent of Europe with over 300 titles. The name Olyimpiacos, inspired by the ancient Olympic Games, but a club initially established to give a sense of identity to the working class, an emblem of the port city of Piraeus, nicknamed the Three Loss, or in English, the Legend. They're looking to make this a legendary season. Soben Lee is on board for it. They're a league best 20-7. With health issues for their centres, they lost 3 of their first 5. Milutinov got fit, they've won 7 out of the next 8 after that, only losing to Partizan in that stretch when Vezenkov was absent. Fell got injured, and they had back-to-back defeats against Paris and Zvesta. He returned, and they won 7 in a row before Fenerbahce ended that streak here in January. But since then, they've won another 4 in a row by 3 against Efes in their last game here 5 weeks ago now, before 3 straight road wins by 17 in Paris, by 2 in Barcelona, and last week, Joe, by 22 in Bologna.
Yeah, and this is the way this team plays. They are all about business. They come out and they play their game. They don't let anybody else dictate the tempo of the game. They dictate the tempo of the game. They love to play with a lot of spacing offensively, and they love to get out on the open floor and run if they can off a quick rebound.
A raucous introduction for the Reds. It's a huge noise swelling inside the Peace and Friendship Stadium tonight, even more so than usual, in anticipation of their 100th birthday and in anticipation of this big game here tonight.
Well, congratulations for the 100th anniversary. It's an amazing accomplishment, number one. It's an amazing club. The history of this club, that warrior mentality that they've always had, and the fans that they have behind them. You see the Spanulis number at the end, number 7 behind the basket. It's just, this is what basketball in Europe is all about. And I've played games in this stadium, and man, as a player, you come in here, you get the chills listening to these people cheer for their team.
Well, I'm getting chills sat here right now, Joe. This is a fantastic scene as we get set for this round 28 contest here in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. Tip-off fast approaching at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. The league leaders, the 3-time champions Olyimpiacos Piraeus, hosting the 1992 Kings of the Continent, Partizan Mozart Bet Belgrade.
And of course, what we talked about before, you got Zeljko Obradović in the house. Let's just say he's not a fan favorite to these Olyimpiacos fans. After all the years at Panathinaikos winning titles, winning championships, then of course Before that, I got the pleasure of playing for Coach Obradovic in '95 and beating this team, this club, in a final in Zaragoza. So, again, there's not very many courts that Željko Obradovic steps out on where he gets booed. And he got booed a little bit here tonight at the Piece of Friendship.
A clash of styles tonight. Olyimpiacos' league best offense averages 88 points a game versus Partizan's league second best defense, holding opponents to around 79 points tonight. Olyimpiacos' team philosophy, a league high 20.9 assists. Partizan, the league leaders in steals and forcing the third most turnovers, launching their offense in transition and often in isolation.
Both the teams play that type of defense. They play pressure defense trying to get out. As you see your starting lineup here tonight. Tim, this is the starting lineup. Lundberg has been playing. Željko's been playing players a lot of time lately. He's almost cutting it down to an 8-man rotation. Little time for other guys coming off the bench, and it's typical Željko Obradovic.
It was the same starting five for Partizan as last week. You see Nigel Williams-Goss now the main playmaker in this team, with Thomas Walkup still injured for Olyimpiacos. Vezenkov, Papanikolaou, Fournier and Fell starting for the hosts as well. It's the same starting five for them. And on the benches, only two men have ever won 3 EuroLeague Coach of the Year awards. They face off here tonight. A record 9 championships for Željko Obradovic, 5 of them with Partizan, of course. Only 1, remarkably, for Yorgos Borzorkas, and also ahead of proceedings tonight, the first home game in a long time for Olyimpiacos. So the January MVP award presented to Sasha Vezenkov, who in that month averaged over 24 points, 6.5 rebounds, and of course had that 45-point game here against Bayern, the 3rd highest tally in EuroLeague history.
Well, Tim, when I got it, you told me we were doing this Sasha Vezenkov thing. I'm sitting going, wait, hold on. He won in January, didn't he? Drink Medal won in February. We had that one last night. And tonight, since they haven't been home, they decided to celebrate it tonight. Don't forget about your heroes.
Next week, of course, the January MVP comes up against the February MVP in the derby of the eternal enemies here.
Will I see you there?
You'll see me. You better be here, Joe.
I'm staying, man. I'm staying. This weather's too nice not to leave.
And Partizan haven't won here in Pereira since the very first modern era meeting between these two back in 2002. 5 straight defeats since then, although it did take overtime to separate them here last season. And earlier this season, in November, the Serbs' brand new squad got the better of the Greeks in their most recent meeting, 78-70, in front of nearly 20,000 in Belgrade.
This is a different team right now, though. Željko is just kind of molded his team into the type of team he wanted to. We all kind of were looking at each other in the beginning of the season going, 12, 13 new players, you know, no consistency. How's he going to do it? And we're all right when they were 2-8. Everybody was correct, all the naysayers, but he's here with an opportunity to get into playoffs tonight in Olyimpiacos.